Imagine a world where the very food we eat hides secrets buried deep in the history of science and agriculture. A past forged in the fires of post-war innovation and dramatic transformation, only to unleash unexpected consequences on our health and our environment. In the aftermath of conflict, a chemical miracle emerged. Fertilizers, once revolutionary, transformed barren fields into abundant landscapes, promising to end hunger and usher in an era where no one would go without. But as the years passed, this synthetic promise gave birth to a silent crisis, a crisis that now touches the very core of our daily lives and our bodies. Our journey begins in the shadow of a world emerging from devastation. After World War II, society found hope in a newfound technological prowess. Explosive discoveries in chemistry and engineering powered agricultural innovations that defied nature's cycles. Farmers armed with synthetic fertilizers saw the end of seasonal limitations. The natural ebb and flow of soil fertility was replaced with a steady, unyielding surge of chemical inputs. Crops grew faster, higher yields emerged, and the once humble fields turned into promise-filled landscapes. This was the birth of modern, industrial agriculture, an era predicated on the idea that science could triumph over nature. However, as these chemical practices paved the way for the so-called Green Revolution, the true cost of this transformation slowly came to light. The natural rhythms of the earth began to give way to a dependence on chemicals that disrupted age-old practices. This was the Great Decoupling, a shift where the natural connections between soil, climate, and crop were severed by synthetic interventions. It was a scientific experiment carried out on a global scale. And while it saved billions from the specter of starvation, it also sowed the seeds for a modern epidemic of chronic disease and ecological decline. For decades, the miracle of industrial agriculture masked an underlying tension. In the laboratories of agribusiness, scientists engineered crops to thrive on chemical fertilizers, pushing the boundaries of nature's limits. Yet simultaneously, this innovation created a monoculture dependent on staple crops such as wheat, rice, and maize. Dietary diversity gave way to uniformity, and with it, essential nutrients were lost. The soil, once a living, breathing ecosystem full of microbes and organic matter, was systematically transformed into a chemical factory. The natural life cycle of every grain, every fruit, every vegetable was replaced by a series of industrial processes designed for speed and volume. As the second act of our narrative unfolds, we step into the enigmatic world of what might be called the factory inside our food. In the late 20th century, the agricultural landscape continued its relentless march toward industrialization. Ultra-processed foods made their way into our pantries and refrigerators, promising the convenience of life while concealing the science behind their creation. Our modern diet, replete with additives, emulsifiers, and the sophisticated art of flavor chemistry, has reshaped the way we experience food. This era of ultra-processed foods is characterized by a subtle, silent battle within our own bodies. Taste, texture, and aroma are meticulously engineered in laboratories to trigger the pleasure centers of our brains. Our natural satiety signals are overridden by flavors that entice us to consume more, often hundreds of extra calories a day, transforming our enjoyment into a path toward obesity, cardiovascular disease, diabetes, and other metabolic disorders. With lives now dominated by convenience over quality, many of us have unwittingly stepped off the path of nourishment, drawing closer to an epidemic of health issues. Research reveals that about 60% of daily calorie intake for American adults now comes from ultra-processed foods, with children consuming nearly 70% of their calories from these synthetic sources. As families sit at their tables, they might not suspect that behind each bite lies a story of scientific triumphs and tragedies, a story of trust misplaced as the natural cycle of nourishment was replaced by engineered perfection. In our third act, the narrative takes a more personal and harrowing turn as we explore the health bill that society is now facing. The rise of autoimmune disorders, the steady increase in metabolic diseases, and the insidious exposure to pesticides are not mere statistics, they are lived experiences. Imagine a family, once vibrant with life and vitality, now grappling with unexplained fatigue, persistent chronic pain, and the silent invasion of conditions that slowly deteriorate their quality of life. For many, the very food that was meant to sustain them has become a source of harm, a casualty of the promise of scientific progress. Toxicologists have begun to speak out about the cocktail effect of pesticides, tiny chemical residues that, in unison, create an overwhelming burden on our bodies. One can picture the modern grocery store, aisles lined with products that proudly proclaim safety and quality, while beneath the surface, a labyrinth of additives and chemicals pervade each item. Over time, these substances accumulate in our systems, subtly altering our internal chemistry, promoting inflammation, and setting the stage for autoimmune reactions. Families across the nation share personal testimonies of battling unexpected health challenges. Chronic fatigue, unexplained weight gain, and even sudden shifts in mood have led many to question the very nature of what they consume. In hospitals, clinics, and research centers, experts are piecing together evidence that our modern diets are not only failing to nourish us, but are actively undermining our health. The tension between the promise of mass-produced abundance and the reality of personal suffering grows ever more palpable. A reminder that a shortcut to plenty might exact a hidden toll on our bodies and souls. But every great narrative reaches a turning point, a moment when hope begins to seep through the cracks of despair. Act 4 of our journey offers a glimmer of resurrection, the second revolution. As awareness of our modern plight grows, innovators and activists are championing a return to the roots of nourishment. It is here, at the crossroads of crisis and revelation, that we hear not only the echoes of what was lost, but the resounding call for a future built on regenerative practices. Pioneers in agricultural science are leading us toward solutions that honor both tradition and innovation. Regenerative farming, which seeks to restore the natural vitality of our soil, promises a path that reverses the degradation of decades past. Imagine farmers who view their land as a living ecosystem, a network of life that sustains and heals. Their methods embrace crop diversity, natural composting, and a deep respect for the symbiotic relationship between nature and food. This is not merely a nostalgic yearning for simpler times, but a scientific approach rooted in the understanding that true nourishment comes from nature's own economy. Alongside these natural approaches, the future of food is exploring the intersection of biotechnology and environmental stewardship. The rise of lab-grown meat and advancements in clean tech innovations challenge the paradigm of synthetic food production. These technologies aim to mitigate environmental damage while offering an alternative to industrial agriculture's long-lasting mark. Yet, as we stand at this critical juncture, the question remains, can these innovations be reconciled with the wisdom of our ancestors, or will they be the final misstep on a path already fraught with challenges? This documentary is not an indictment of progress, but a call for transparency, a plea for us to re-examine the ingredients of our modern existence. The tension between convenience and health, between synthetic efficiency and natural abundance, is at the heart of our challenge. Our food systems are at a crossroads. The chemical miracles of the past, born of desperate necessity and human ingenuity, inadvertently engineered a future where chronic disease and environmental degradation shadowed technological progress. Now is the time for us to reassert our relationship with the land, to demand that our food be as honest and natural as the earth that birthed it. As we rethink the trajectory of our agricultural practices, we begin to see a clear path forward, one that honors the complexity of nature, the interconnectedness of life, and the simple truth that the healthiest food is the one grown in balance with the earth. Consider for a moment the vibrant tapestry of life beneath the soil. Every handful of earth teems with organisms, each playing a role in sustaining crops in a harmonious cycle that modern techniques have long forgotten. These microscopic communities share stories of balance, resilience, and renewal. They remind us that beneath the surface there is a living legacy, a history recorded in every particle that has nourished us for generations. Across the globe, communities are already embracing these regenerative practices. Farmers are converting chemical-laden fields back into thriving ecosystems, and consumers are demanding food transparency like never before. Together, these movements represent a renewed understanding of the true purpose of agriculture, a purpose intimately tied to the well-being of both people and the planet. In kitchens, laboratories, and fields, a collective shift is underway. The call is no longer just for a return to natural methods, but for a harmonization of science and tradition, a synthesis where the benefits of modern innovation are married to time-tested cultivation practices. Within this story, there are moments of raw human emotion, of personal revelation, and deep-seated hope. Picture a family sitting around their dinner table, faces alight with the recognition that what they eat is changing. They share stories of health struggles and small victories, of how the switch to organic, regenerative food has revived not only their bodies, but their spirits. Their journey mirrors that of a society slowly reclaiming the narrative of its own well-being, where every choice is a step toward healing both the individual and the collective. Perhaps you have questioned the modern food landscape yourself, wondering how it came to be that the promise of plenty now brings with it so many hidden costs. In every aisle of a supermarket, there exists a story of progress and compromise, a narrative that began with scientific miracles and has, over time, demanded price in the currency of our health. It is a story of powdery chemicals replacing the rich legacy of soil and water, of a natural world silenced by the hum of industrial production. Yet, in the midst of these challenges, there is hope. New research offers promising insights into how a shift back to whole, unprocessed foods can reduce calorie intake and even reverse some of the damage inflicted by decades of chemical dependency. Studies have shown that when we reconnect with nature's variety, when we allow fresh, diverse produce to fill our plates, we invite balance into our lives. Natural foods don't merely feed our bodies, they nourish our connections to the earth, a relationship long neglected by industrial practices. This movement is more than just a return to what once was. It is the birth of a new vision, one where technology supports nature rather than overrides it. Leading scientists, environmentalists, and culinary experts are collaborating to forge pathways that ensure food production respects both ecological boundaries and human health. They envision a world where the organic integrity of our diets is restored, where every morsel of food is a testament to the synergy between nature's inherent wisdom and human innovation. This vision is a promise that we can have abundant food without sacrificing the quality of our lives or the health of our planet. As our narrative draws to a close, we are left with an invitation, a quiet challenge to every viewer. We must not allow the footsteps of progress to drown out the whispers of the earth. The synthetic allure of convenience must be weighed against the irreplaceable value of natural nourishment and ecological balance. The journey through the decades, from chemical miracles to the final reckoning of modern food, teaches us that every choice has consequences, every innovation a hidden trade-off. In this age of unparalleled technological and scientific capability, it comes down to one simple truth. Our health, our environment, and our future depend on the honesty of our food systems. We are called to shed the layers of synthetic convenience and embrace a legacy that honors the Earth's natural rhythms. To rebuild resilience within our communities, we must advocate for transparency in food production, demand rigorous standards, and support regenerative, sustainable practices that restore the vitality of our soil and the well-being of our bodies. Now, as we stand at the threshold of a new era, let us remember that every plate tells a story. A story of history, science, challenge, and ultimately, renewal. Our food is not merely a product of the marketplace. It is the result of collective human decisions, intricate scientific advancements, and, most importantly, nature's timeless principles. The very act of nourishing ourselves should be celebrated as a profound connection with the earth, a continuous dialogue between what we consume and what sustains life. There is a power in knowledge, a power that compels us to ask the right questions and pursue the right answers. We must seek clarity about where our food comes from, challenge the narratives of convenience and synthetic abundance, and stand together as advocates for a healthier, more transparent future. It is time to reawaken the ancient wisdom of the soil, the purity of nature, and the promise of food as medicine. As you reflect on this journey from the post-war chemical miracle to the ultra-processed landscapes of today, consider the magnitude of what is at stake. We owe it to ourselves, our children, and the planet to revive the practices that honor both nature and human ingenuity. The shifts we make today can heal the wounds of the past and pave the way for a future where food is a source of life, vitality, and hope. The road ahead is challenging, yet filled with promise. Every farmer who returns to regenerative agriculture, every scientist who unveils the hidden truths of food, and every consumer who opts for transparency over convenience contributes to a movement that can redefine our existence. This is the story of a civilization at a crossroads, one that must choose between the allure of easy solutions and the profound lasting benefits of natural abundance. It is a call to action that resonates with the quiet power of nature itself. When we choose to stand for food transparency, when we support those who labor to restore the earth, we are not merely making a dietary choice. We are embracing a way of life that honors the delicate balance between progress and preservation. In our hands lies the opportunity to create a legacy of health, environmental stewardship, and true nourishment. Let this be our moment of transformation. Reclaim the narrative of our food. Demand accountability. Embrace the natural, regenerative ways that have sustained us for generations. Today, make a stand and help shape a future where every bite is a testament to the resilience of nature, the ingenuity of human spirit, and the undeniable truth that food, in its purest form, is truly medicine.